Good morning. Bruce Kittle here, January 2nd. And so, Happy New Year. Hope this Monday finds you doing very, very well. I am still in Las Vegas, about ready to head out after Niners played the Raiders in what ended up being an amazing game. So, if you didn't see it, all good. But boy, they lit it up and really played. So, hats off to the Raiders. And anyway, we're on to the next one. Really nice time here in Las Vegas for the New Year's with the family. So anyway, and I hope yours was really good as well. Let's do a little breathing and then we'll talk about some New Year's planning or some thoughts around that anyway. So thank you for joining me. And again, hope you are doing well. So we're going to just take 3 or 4 cleansing breaths with the chime. Nice big deep inhales, holding for a few counts at the top, and some exhales. Just filling the belly up. Get her all the way full. Feel the chest expand. And let it out and release. So as you're taking these breaths, just check in on where you're seated. Make sure you're in a comfortable position. If you're sitting on a cushion or in a chair, just back straight without being too firm or tight. Another inhale and cleansing. And as you're sitting, just think about how you're showing up right now. Be intentional about being fully present in these few moments that we have together. We'll just take another one here. And as you're inhaling in, just thinking about the thoughts, feelings, whatever might be carrying over. Could be from last year, last week, this last weekend. Just kind of let all that go for right now. So just set those things aside, honor, recognize, thank them, and let them go. And then just checking in with your body as well. So if there's anything really holding on, that you're holding on to or that is holding on to you, just this be a great time just to another breath and cleanse and let it go. All right. If you join me with a little bit of, I guess I've been calling triangle breathing, but so we'll inhale on 5, hold for 7, exhale on 8. All right, so here we go. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Filling it up nice and full. Hold, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more of those. Inhaling, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just feel yourself coming back to the space, relaxed, and just into some normal breathing. And we'll just take a minute here and let you breathe. And again, all we're doing is paying attention to what we're paying attention to. And the idea is to try to pay attention to your breath, just filling it up. And as you're inhaling, Think about filling in. If there's a place in your breath work that kind of you really connect with, that's fine. You can focus in on inhaling, feeling the belly fill, the chest, upper body, and then releasing and exhaling in that order, but just back to a nice, natural breath. Just a ring of the bell, just to remind, focusing on the breath. If you've got caught up a little bit in some thought, no worries. Just honor that, let it go, return to the breath. So if I want to take just a couple big deep breaths, we'll just exhale and come back together. As you're comfortable, come back to my voice, open your eyes. And thoughts on New Year. Last Monday, Mindful Monday, talked about the 4 stages of performance planning. So basically the number 1 is what's your why, or kind of greater purpose. Second is vision and goals. And the third is process and action steps. And the fourth is just learning how to stay present in the moment. Because you can do all that planning, but if you're not sitting right here taking advantage of the moments that you have, then no good. Step 1 then, just thinking about your bigger why. And I'm just going to be honest, this is something I've kind of always struggled with. I think for some people, they just have this super clear conviction in that. I have a lot of interest, and I kind of tend to spread myself sometimes a little bit thin. And I look back, and sometimes I feel like, geez, if I'd have just dedicated in one area, maybe I could have got a little bit more done. So this is something not to beat yourself up on, because trust me, I know about that one. But just thinking about, well, why am I doing this? And I think for me, something that's kind of helped, Chris Hoth, I've talked about him before. He's an endurance training coach, and he's kind of helpful on this. There's kind of different ways to do this. I think you can get it really complex, and it makes it really hard, and then really simple. He kind of breaks things down into 3 basic categories. One is kind of your work, the second is friends and family, and the third is kind of your workouts, physical endurance, whatever it is that you're doing on that end. And if that's not a huge category for you, that's okay. It's kind of something that I relate to, though, so I've kind of been helpful. But you can break all those things down. You can talk about your residence, you can talk about finances, you can talk about all that stuff. So you can find a system for that. But given that, what is your why? And his big point is, what's your why as it relates to endurance sports? So if you're out running and trying to do a triathlon or whatever it is that you're going to try to do, you're going to be getting up early, you're going to be doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you're going to be away from your family and friends, you're going to be doing all that. So you need to have your why, because just to do it when it gets really hard isn't really enough. So doing it for your family, doing it for your kids, doing it, whatever, if there's a big why in there. And a lot of it is, I think, for me, is just figuring out what I can do and can't do and what I'm going to do when it gets tough. So, but then the bigger why for some other things, so in work and all those kind of things. So the method for this, just kind of suggestion, is just write down like whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, if you have a big objective in that, and then why. And just write that down, and whatever you come up with, really examine it, and then write down that, and then say, why is that important to me? And just kind of peel back the layers there on that and keep working on it. So, and I would do that 4 or 5 times. Keep asking why, whatever it is that you come up with, and it'll boil down, it should, about why that's important to you eventually, and get it to some kind of core, real foundational piece. So that's kind of a suggestion. The other one that I thought was really helpful for me was, at this point, in the Stoics, they talk a lot about controlling what you can control and letting go of all the other kind of stuff. And so we always kind of hear that. One that's really helpful, there's a woman, and you would know her, and I don't have the book with me because I'm in Las Vegas, but she had an exercise, I'll try to put it in the notes, is about write down on a list all the things that you think you should be doing. Okay, and you've heard me before talk about not shitting on ourselves, so we don't want to do that. But just write down all the things you think you should be doing. And after you make the list, then write out why it is you think you should be doing those things. And then when you get your whys done, really examine those whys and ask yourself where those whys are coming from. Because a lot of the times the shoulds that we put on ourselves came from people, not us. So your grandma, Birdie, or somebody said that, or whatever. And you have some kind of expectation, and you're putting a lot of shit on yourself for some stuff that really you didn't own. So just make sure that if you're making a list. So then the next step of that whole process is write down all the things you could be doing, okay, that align with your passion. So I could be doing this, la-da-da-da-da. Okay, and then write down for each one of those, well, why aren't I? Why haven't I? And that really uncovers some stuff. So, and you have to promise to yourself to be really honest with all that, and not to beat yourself up, but like if you're going to take a reality check and kind of look at it. And that's kind of helped me sometimes uncover that deeper why for me. When I look at those things about things I think I could be doing and that I want to be doing, and why I haven't gotten to them. And then sometimes it's maybe not something you really want to do. So anyway, so for this week, maybe just take some time, think about that bigger purpose. Chris calls that the North Star. So like when whatever path you're walking up, you can see that thing over the horizon, and you know exactly why it is that you're doing the things that you're doing, and it gives you some purpose, because everything has a little bit, at least for me, it makes it a lot easier, and I feel more fulfilled when I've got a clear purpose about some of the things that I'm doing. So that's a little note for this week. I hope have a great New Year's, easing into it. My New Year's never really starts until the football season's over. So we're kind of, it's New Year's Day, but it's not really till hopefully February 12th, I think it is. So that's what we're shooting for. So anyway, have a great week. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, try to love more. And again, forgiveness and grace in all things. And we appreciate your support. And if you want to give us a rating and or feedback and or whatever all that other stuff is, we always welcome that as well. So take care, and keep looking for those hidden pearls.